Hey y'all. Hey, where's my boy? Hey y'all, look. So I decided to go live today because Thailand is open. If you ain't got your passport, go get your passport. It's at my tyboone.com website. Get your passport. Come on into Thailand. Now, we actually officially opened Thailand on yesterday, and I've gotten a couple questions about Thailand. Folk are like, Ty, yeah, I want to work with you. Are you gonna be in there coaching me and all this stuff? Thailand is not a coaching program, so I won't be in there coaching. What it is though is something really, really cool. Thailand, I'm Thai, of course, so that's why we call this Thailand because in the world of Thailand, that's how we get down. Um, Thailand is a virtual universe for nonprofit organizations. I'm really, really excited about it. Um, right now we are in the age of AI and all these things. So we brought Thailand into fruition because Thailand helps nonprofits adapt to that whole new thing with AI and all this stuff, and and doing it the right way. Because what I'm learning is that a lot of folk um, like to use, especially Chat GPT, when I'm reviewing people's grants and stuff. And I'm like, child, I know that's Chat GPT because you don't write like this, or this doesn't sound human, or it doesn't make sense with your organization. But there are some things that that platforms like Chat GPT could actually help us with in the nonprofit space. What I did with Thailand is to create a few bots, if you were to say, for nonprofits, and these things help you to bring your organization to the next level. So we have, of course, grant writing. Grant writing is always a thing where it's awesome. And what I did, the secret behind a Chat GPT, especially that kind of bot, is that you have to know how to prompt it. The cool thing about these things that we did over in Thailand is that I prompted these things and I created these instructions for them so that you can create the kind of results that my team and I have been creating for years, even before there was such a thing as what we're doing now in the Chat GPTs and all this kind of stuff. But um, to name a few of the bots that we have already, and they're going to be bots added all the time. This is why you want to go ahead and get your passport. um, we have two grant writing bots, actually, one for beginners and one for folk who are a little bit more experienced with grant writing. The cool thing about this, you create a grant from scratch. You could go in and you can upload your RFP, and you can have the grant, the bot to create the grant for you, plug in the right information. And the good thing about plugging in the right information is that it helps you to know what the right information is. Because y'all know sometimes if you're not prompting correctly, or if you're just going out here playing around with Chat GPTs or whatever, and you're telling it something, it will bring back some lies. It will tell you stuff that's not true. So the magic behind these bots that we have in Thailand is that I have taught them how to ask you the right questions so that you're providing information that's relevant to your organization, so that it produces something that not only makes sense for your organization, but is fundable for your organization. So in addition to the grant writing bots, we have um, program logic model bots. And working in nonprofits, program logic models is where people often miss the mark. Like, Ty, how do I design my program? What happens? What's an outcome? What's an input? What's impact? And how do I communicate that to the funder? Guess what? We got it for you over in Thailand. All you gotta do is again, plug in the right stuff, right? Plug in what you need to plug in for the bot, and it prompts you to plug in the thing. So it's not that it's going to be something generic. It's going to be something that fits your organization and that makes sense against what it is you're trying to represent for your mission. So everything should be mission aligned. Everything should give you factual information about your organization, and create these nice little tools that you could use to help your organization, to help your board. If you're a consultant, I can't do all this stuff by myself, right? To use those things with your clients to help you to figure out how to move them forward. In addition to the program logic model bot, there's evaluation bots. There's a couple of things that's going on in there right now. There's also a vault, a resource library of guides and templates that you could use. But the best thing about TyLand is that you are doing this on your own. Nope, I'm not in there. I'm not in there coaching. It's not a coaching program. I'm not in there, holding your hands or whatever. This is for the grown people. This is, even though it's not overly technical, because some people get scared when you say something like Chat GPT or bots or AI or whatever. But it's not that hard at all. Actually, this is to make your life a lot easier. You could spend hours creating funding plans with your board, or you can go into Thailand and you can have it create one for you. You could spend days working on logic models for your programs, or you can go into Thailand and you can have it done for you. You could spend centuries almost trying to perfect a grant application, or you can go into Thailand and you can have it do it for you. Basically, that's what that is. So all those things right there in one spot. And like I said, we're going to continue to be adding things in there. This is, I'm providing the instructions for the bots, telling it exactly what I have done to for my team and I to attract and manage over $400 million in funding. And we put it right there in TyLand so that you can do it on your own. TyLand is $27 a month. $27 a month, $297 a year if you buy the yearly passport to Thailand. All access to whatever we got, the continuously growing library. You'll have access to that. You have access to the bots, and you can just make the best of this. I really think that this is an awesome opportunity for nonprofits, especially if you're trying to figure things out. If you don't have budgets to pay program directors, and you don't have the funds to hire grant writers, what do you need to do? You need to make this easier for yourself. Easier for yourself, easier on yourself. Get over into TyLand and do that. It only takes a couple of minutes for most of these things to do what it is that you need to have done. Like I said, a lot of folks spend hours and hours working on these things and still don't produce a quality product. You don't have that problem with TyLand, because what you get from TyLand is everything that we have, from Be Worth Funding book, from the Be Worth Funding workbook, all of the tools, all of the strategy that I have used in my time working with nonprofits. And I've done this for a long time, over 25 years working with nonprofits, knowing what is needed for nonprofits, knowing what is needed for grants, knowing what is needed for fund development in general, knowing what your organization needs to move forward. And we're putting all that stuff in TyLand. TyLand is now open. That's why I'm here. Hey, y'all who are viewing me live. TyLand is open. The link to TyLand is right here in this live. But if you go over to my website at tyboone.com, so it's not the Ty Boone consulting site, it's the tyboone.com site where you could learn more about TyLand. You can join TyLand. You can pick up your $27 a month TyLand pass, or you can buy your TyLand pass for the year at $297. Again, this is not a coaching program, so nope, I won't be in there, because a lot of people don't need coaching. Like, a lot of y'all aren't ready for coaching, and then those of you who might be ready for coaching may not have time for coaching. This is why we got TyLand. Some folk ain't got time to sit down and talk with me all day, because I ain't got time to sit down and talk with a bunch of y'all all day. Some people ain't got that kind of time. But you do have time in the middle of the night, or maybe when the kids are asleep, to go over to TyLand and say, yeah, let me create a funding plan right quick. Let me do that. Let me go ahead and apply for this grant and use this tool over here in TyLand to help me to do that and do that for me. Let me go over here and develop the evaluation strategy for our program, and I'm going to use TyLand to do that. Let me look at some of these tools and resources on my own time, because I really don't have time for coaching. And again, a lot of folk don't need coaching. A lot of folk aren't ready for coaching. That's a process. You have to have a certain mindset for coaching. But what you can do is utilize some of the tools that we have. Use the vault. Use the resource area. This area is going to be growing, pretty quickly. I'm putting things in there that you probably have not even heard of before, to help you to develop your organizations. If you have not already gotten your passport to TyLand, go get your passport. Make sure you join TyLand. the networking in there is also open. So if other members come in, you're able to network with them. I don't want you to be selling stuff in there if you're consulting, because that ain't your platform. That's mine. So don't be doing that. But you can network in there. But no, there will not be any coaching, any live coaching, anything like that in there. There are, a couple of videos you might see for welcoming you or to explaining the bots for you as we add new chat bots and things like that. But otherwise, you're really doing this like big girls and boys, and you're going out there into Thailand, and you're enjoying your journey there. I look forward to you guys being in Thailand, and I will see y'all on the other side. Bye, y'all.